A week after Ohio lawmakers passed Senate Bill 1, Kent State students and faculty of color are opening up about how they feel going forward with the new bill.
Todd Dyken addressed the Kent State community online today with what he knows about how recent Ohio legislation will impact the university.
Across the country, egg shortages are causing higher prices and now a limit on how many eggs a customer can purchase. We'll tell you how this affects Ohioans.
Senator Mitch McConnell announced he will not be seeking re-election in 2026. His address to the Senate floor today on his 83rd birthday.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good snowy Thursday evening, Portage County. I'm Hayden Cruz.
And I'm Sydney Brown. Thank you so much for spending your evening with KSTV.
We start tonight with the emerging impacts of Senate Bill 1, a week after the Ohio Senate passed the proposed legislation.
Kent Stater TV Sophia Elena is in studio with how students of color and faculty are feeling. Hi, Sophia.
Hi guys. Students at Kent State University received an email with updates regarding Senate Bill 1 actions towards college race-oriented programs and organizations on campus. Kent State University is facing big changes after a new federal directive states that race-based programs, activities, and initiatives must end for universities to continue receiving federal funding. The policy has sparked concern among students and faculty, specifically Black United Students, or BUS, an organization at Kent State University that advocates for Black students in the community.
It would definitely lessen diversity simply based on the fact that a lot of students of color might not be able to afford going to school. We are currently going towards that direction of meeting with administration, figuring out, again, how all of this is going to affect us, what's going to be taken away, what can we still have, things of that nature. When those meetings are held and we do meet with administration, we'll come with a game plan on how to tackle this issue.
This bill can also affect the diversity course requirements at Kent State, which requires classes like African Studies, Black Experience, and American Indian Philosophy. Race, Gender, and Stability in Media professor Dr. Carissa Butterwell is worried about how the lack of requirements for these classes to be taken can impact students' education.
Just in a continuation of an ongoing struggle over, again, who belongs, who has rights. I think that every school is going to have to really, take a hard look at what is being asked of us, what's coming.
As Kent State adjusts to these new federal guidelines, students and faculty are waiting to get more clarity on what changes will take place and how they will be affected. For KSTV News, I'm Sophia Elena.
All right, thank you, Sophia. From the office of President Todd Dyken, another segment of Talking with Todd streamed to the university this afternoon.
Dyken focused on anticipated changes to the university after recent higher education policies out of the state capitol.
To campus, things are going to change. There's no doubt about that. Things that we do right now we will not be able to do. I don't want to go into details just because that interpretations of Senate Bill 1 and of the Dear Colleague letter are ongoing.
Dyken addressed Senate Bill 1 and said Kent State will adjust according to the diversity, equity, and inclusion laws and any changes of the Department of Education.
He closed the 1-hour-long discussion sharing the KSU is prepared for all of the changes, and he is telling us as much as he knows while emphasizing the community values of Kent State.
A Cuyahoga County grand jury indicted 11 people for vandalism at Case Western Reserve University. The vandalism, which took place in November of 2024, allegedly caused $400,000 in damages. The individuals attacked both sides of campus, smearing red paint on statues, buildings, and public walkways. School officials described the act as anti-Semitic as it occurred amid the protests fueled by the Israel-Hamas wars. Of the individuals, 5 were not associated with the university, and all of them were between the ages of 20 to 25.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Hi everyone, I'm your weather anchor Ryan Mead. Let's get started with today's weather forecast and see what we can look forward to tonight. So as we saw today, there was a lot of snow that occurred, and this was from lake effect snow. Lake effect snow is where snow gets trapped between mountains and it causes precipitation in the area. So that's why we saw a bunch of off and on snow showers. And tonight, as we can see, it's going to be continuing throughout the night. And it was 18 degrees today. But tomorrow is going to be cloudy throughout the day, windy in the morning, and I think it's going to be a lot more windy. That is going to cause a little bit of maybe a little bit of precipitation, but unlikely to occur throughout the day. Could also have a little bit of wind throughout the night. But the hourly forecast for tonight will be snow showers off and on. There is a 55% chance of snow right now. There's going to be some more snow showers as we go into the night, but it's not going to accumulate a whole lot, and it shouldn't be that much of a problem for travel. But if you have to drive later tonight, keep an eye out on the snow, and I'll have more updates as later tonight.
All right, thank you, Ryan. For the first time in 46 years, the Ravenna Balloon Affair will change locations. In a statement made to Facebook by festival officials, the event will move from Sunbow Valley Farm in Ravenna Township to Portage County Randolph Fairgrounds. The move also meant a date change to now be September 25th through the 28th. According to festival officials, many considerations went into the decision, including ADA compliance, room for parking, and enough clear area for safe flight.
You may have to rethink your summer plans at Blossom Music Center. Live Nation announced they will not sell its Lonnie Pass this year at the Cuyahoga Falls outdoor venue. Concert fans were able to see more than 20 shows, including Chris Stapleton, New Kids on the Block, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers last year, for a price tag of $239. While the pass is no longer available, Live Nation teased upcoming offers on their Instagram for this season.
Keeping up with showbiz, 2 Broadway shows will launch their national tours in Cleveland. The Notebook and Hell's Kitchen will begin their tour schedule in Playhouse Square, with The Notebook kicking off the 2025-2026 season in September. The Grammy Award winner for Best Musical Album, Hell's Kitchen, will follow in October. Other shows coming to Cleveland include The Great Gatsby, Water for Elephants, and winner of the Tony Award for Best Musical, The Outsiders. For tickets, visit playhousesquare.org.
Cracking under pressure, while some local businesses aren't, but they may be with this poultry shortage. One local business owner isn't letting this get to her shell or sell.
The Senate just confirmed the new FBI director after a lot of criticism, who is now in charge of this government agency.
Hi, I'm Leland Melvin, and I traveled to space twice as a NASA astronaut. Space technologies help protect our precious Earth. Space helps us monitor changes in carbon emissions, track the pace of climate change. It even helps us fight natural disasters. Make sure that you get out to your local science museum or go to spaceforall.us to explore and learn about space and science. Space is for all.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth. without any bread. And kiss them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community,
your stories.
Welcome back. Egg prices rose more than 15% from December to January, and as of last week, Trader Joe's limited egg purchases nationwide to a dozen eggs a day per customer.
That's right, Sydney, and now other grocery store chains are following suit amid the ongoing bird flu in Ohio.
In studio with how this staple ingredient is impacting local businesses is KSTV's Nikki Gajeski. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Hayden and Sydney. Yes, the nation is experiencing high egg prices and buying caps, but they aren't the only ones experiencing it, as local businesses are too. I spoke to one such business.
We really can't go without eggs. It's pretty much a staple of everything we do, unless we're going with we're doing vegan, which we do. But for the most part, what we do is we shop those prices.
Rolling Scones is one of many local businesses affected by the recent jump in these poultry prices. According to Scripps News, the cost of eggs increased 15% throughout January.
Go to the store and you're like, wow, instead of $4 a dozen or $3 a dozen, it's $5 a dozen. And you say, yeah, maybe I'll have something else instead. Maybe I'll buy that box of cereal instead of the eggs.
With high costs, there's a shortage causing stores like Aldi's to limit customers to 2 dozen per trip. While stores are cracking down, Wilson says when these types of expenses go up, the prices of other products go up too. Now, the reason behind this community-wide shortage is avian or bird flu, with farmers having to kill their entire flock to prevent further spread. But according to experts like Kane Bish, the eggs we are currently buying are safe to consume, like this little one.
We have not raised our prices. Being a newer bakery, one of our goals was to not have to adjust prices very much because we're focused on being a community bakery that's affordable. That's pretty much our mission.
Rolling Scones does plan to start experimenting with egg alternatives as a backup and allergy alternative.
We've been looking at different ways of making things just from a health standpoint or from an allergy standpoint. And one of the things we've been exploring is chickpea juice. It has been known to be a substitute for egg whites.
And some more rotten news. Wilson says there is potential for prices to rise more around Easter time because of the holiday. For KSTV News, I'm Nikki Gajeski.
All right, thank you, Nikki. Walmart is planning to have a slower year in 2025. Earlier today, the retail giant said its sales and profit growth are expected to decrease this year, partially due to the inflation ticking back up and President Trump's tariffs. Walmart's projected outlook is a signal for the rest of the retail industry that 2025 will be a rockier year. Consumer prices rose 0.5 percentage point last month from December. That's the fastest pace in more than a year.
Delta Airlines is offering money to passengers of the flight that crashed and flipped upside down on the tarmac Monday. The Toronto-bound flight flipped after landing on an icy runway with 40-mile-per-hour winds on the ground. Passengers who accept the airline's offer would get payments of $30,000. If all 76 passengers take the offer, it would add up to more than $2.2 million. All 80 people on the aircraft survived, but at least 18 people were injured.
Formed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Hi everyone, I'm back with more weather reports. Let's take a look at whether or not we can see temperatures begin to warm up next week and other updates. Currently in Ohio, it is the average temperature is right around the same. However, we can see in Columbus there is a storm that is developing that is going to bring some snow. In Akron and Canton, there's also some of that lake effect snow that I spoke about earlier that is currently in our area. As we can see, overall the average temperature is about the same, and we can expect to see similar temperatures throughout the night overall. But with the extended forecast, we will expect to see some higher temperatures later in the week. Tonight, it is going to be some off and on snow, and Throughout the week, we will expect to see, for the most part, not that much precipitation. However, as we get towards Tuesday and Wednesday, we can expect to see some of this begin to change, as we will expect to see more precipitation come in. But temperatures will be a bit high next week, but still a cold week. But make sure to check out kentstater.com for more weather updates. But now let's go back to our anchors, Hayden and Sydney, with more news updates.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Taking things out of Ohio, we have updates from the United States Senate.
That's right, and here to tell us more is political correspondent Katie Waggle. Good evening, Katie.
Yes, guys. In D.C. today, Senator Mitch McConnell announced he will not run for re-election in 2026. The announcement comes after a 40-year career in Congress. McConnell shared his hopes about the Senate during his announcement.
Regardless of the political storms that may wash over this chamber during the time I have remaining, I assure our colleagues that I will depart with great hope for the endurance of the Senate as an institution.
As part of the announcement, he also said that he has unfinished business for the rest of his term, then continued to express gratitude for the opportunity to be a part of the Senate. In 2023, he became the longest-serving party-leading senator in history, but stepped down last year due to health issues. Staying on Capitol Hill, the Senate voted to confirm Kash Patel as the new FBI director today. Patel's nomination faced scrutiny from Democrats who warned that the position could be used against Trump's political enemies. 2 Republican senators voted against the confirmation, citing his prior political activities. During the hearing, Patel reaffirmed there will be no politicization at the FBI. Department of Health and Human Services has new guidance on the definition of sex. This comes as one of the first moves of Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. following one of Trump's executive orders. One of the new definitions is for a man, saying that is someone whose reproductive system biologically produces sperm. Critics say that this ignores the concept of gender and alienates intersex individuals. Moving to Seattle, a judge blocked implementation of an executive order ending birthright citizenship. The Department of Justice appealed and requested the block to be lifted. However, on Wednesday, the Ninth Circuit Court denied the appeal. Likely, the issue will move to the Supreme Court for the final decision. But for now, anyone born in the U.S. is a citizen. The IRS is expected to fire 6,000 employees ahead of the tax deadline. The government workers were recently hired by the Biden administration and still on probationary status. Those who will be let go are mainly auditors and support who are involved in compliance work. These firings will take place before the April 15th deadline to file taxes. Even with the firings, the IRS is not expected to have any issues during this tax season. For KSTD, I'm Katie Waggle.
Thank you, Katie. The rest of the NBA season is going to look a little different for Spurs fans. Find out what sidelined the Spurs' top star.
And there was an upset at Crypto.com Arena last night. Find out how the underdog Hornets came out on top against the Los Angeles Lakers.
We know you work hard, so come spend your lunch with us at the Bistro on Main. We've been serving the community for 3 generations. Only a quick 10-minute drive from Kent State's campus. Make your breaks count at the Bistro on Main, where friends become family.
Solo stage where the player spends most of it being hunted down by Infinite. The weapon that performed the best here was the Drill Wispen. Its ability to...
He finally is like, I get it now. I get it. I have worth because I'm me. And I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm not...
What are you staring at? How do you know it's me? No.
Hey, I'm
worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
And we need to show them how to use a password manager. Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Great cake. I'll use MFA to verify my purchase. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure-our-world.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
The San Antonio Spurs All-Star center Victor Wembanyama is expected to miss the remainder of the NBA season with a blood clot in his shoulder that was discovered after the All-Star game.
After being selected #1 overall in the 2023 draft, analysts have said that Wembanyama is one pace to be one of the centers of the league, despite being only 21 years old. So one of the best centers in the league, only 21 years old. Leonardi is here in studio now. Anthony, he has a big career ahead of him still. Do you expect him to be coming back soon?
Yeah, this is one of those tricky type of deals. He had Chris Bosh back in 2015 who had to retire because of blood clots in his lungs. So it's a really scary injury, but we'll see what time will say. But sticking with things happening on the basketball court, we'll be taking a look at both the men's and women's basketball teams here in Kent, starting with the women's basketball team as they traveled to Buffalo, New York yesterday and lost their second straight game to the Bulls by a final score of 70-76. Jenna Batch and Maya Babbitt both tallied a team-high 17 points on the night, and Janae Taylor was just 1 point shy of recording a double-double. Next up for the Flashes, they're visiting the Ball State Cardinals, who are the 1 seed in the MAC Conference. Now, taking a look at the men's basketball team, they're traveling down to Oxford tomorrow to take on the Miami Redhawks to start off weekend action. The Flashes have been red hot, winning 5 straight since their home loss to Akron, and the last time they played Miami, they lost by a final score of 61-70. I think that this will be another hard-fought matchup for the Flashes. The tip-off will be at 8, but you'll be able to watch that game on CBS Sports Network. Now we're going to take things over to the National Basketball Association, the NBA. The first game back since the All-Star break. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers looking to get things done. As we see here, LeBron James and Luka Doncic finding their little connection. They're starting to build up that camaraderie there since Doncic came to the Lakers. And Doncic, he's going to miss this shot. Don't connect. He's going to make his only 3 points on the night. He backs up his new teammate. Now, the story of the game, the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges, they rained a barrage of 3-pointers to put them in firing range of the Lakers team at home. As you can see here, he fakes out everybody. They're just on fire, folks. Now, at the end of the game, what would happen? LeBron James. What's he always done his entire career? He's put his team in the position to win. Look at this slam dunk. Somebody call the Pope. That man's been baptized. But with the game on the line, could LeBron do it? Not this time, folks. The Hornets are going to take this game in a stunner, 100-97. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers are back in action tonight as they face the Brooklyn Nets at the Barclays Center at 7:30. The Nets have a 20-34 record, which is 12th in the East, while the Cavs enter this one boasting an Eastern Conference best 44-10 record, which includes a 19-6 record in away games. Currently, the Cavs are the betting favorites, and I like those odds because 13 is a lot of points tonight. And that is going to be all I have for you in this sports report, but be sure to check out KentStater.com and Overtime, which airs tomorrow at 7. I'm Anthony Leonardi, Kent Stater TV.
All right, thank you, Anthony. AAA has released the top destinations for spring break in 2025. We'll tell you where they are and what the travel expenses can look like for students.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Break is rounding the corner for many college students, and AAA has compiled a list of the top spring breaker destinations. Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Tampa all made the top 10 in the United States. Surprise, surprise. If you're going overseas, top destinations include Rome, London, Paris, Barcelona, and Madrid. But for those who are flying, it's going to cost. The average price for a spring break domestic ticket is $820, and for international travel, more than $1,400. Sydney, do you have plans for spring break?
I do have some plans, but first, did you grab your copy today, Hayden?
Yes.
Time magazine released its 2025 Women's List of the Year. 13 women are highlighted who Time says are working toward creating a better, more equitable world. The publication will release 3 editions with 3 of the women on this year's list: actress Nicole Kidman, gymnast Jordan Childs, and the 3rd features WNBA star Aja Wilson. Other notable names include actress and breast cancer awareness advocate Olivia Munn and reproductive rights activist Amanda Zarowski.
What a cool way to end the show. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for being with us.
Keep up with us on KentStater.com. Have a great night.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
How's your hair? Is it pretty?
Daddy.
It's pretty.